2061, 2061, Odyssey 3, Arthur C. Clarke, and Rosetta Books. Written in 1987. To the memory of Judy Lynn Del Rey, editor extraordinary, who bought this book for $1 but never knew if she got her money's worth. Contents: there are 9 sections, each with varying numbers of subsections. The first section is called The Magic Mountain and includes 14 subsections. The next is called The Valley of Black Snow. It includes 6 subsections. Section 3, European Roulette, includes 12 subsections. Section 4, At the Waterhole, contains 5 subsections. Section 5, Through the Asteroids, contains 6 subsections. Section 6, Haven, contains 6 subsections. Section 7, The Great Wall, includes 9 subsections. In Section 8, The Kingdom of Sulphur, includes 2 subsections. In Section 9, 3001, includes the final subsection called Midnight in the Plaza. Then there are acknowledgments, an addendum, and a 1996 postscript. And in this series, there is only one more book, which is Odyssey 4, or 3001 Odyssey 4. A foreword: 65 years and counting. 2061. The View from 1996. Once again, the time has come to survey an enterprise begun more than 30 years ago, before a whole series of scientific discoveries and technological revolutions changed our world almost beyond recognition. When I started writing 2001 A Space Odyssey on a typewriter, have you seen one lately? Neil Armstrong's one small step was still 5 years in the future, and the moons of Jupiter were dimensionless points of light, their landscapes as unknown as America to the pre-Columbian mapmakers. Yet now, as I write these words, the Galileo space probe is showing us details only a few meters across. Even more amazing, at any moment I can view them here in my office by pressing a few keys. When, as frequently happens, I press the wrong ones, I hear a familiar voice saying, "I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that." So there is no avoiding the fact that some elements of a space trilogy conceived in 1964, 1982, and even 1987 may now have a quaint Jane Austen-ish charm. Yet no revision could or should attempt to eliminate them, any more than one should try to update H. G. Wells' The First Men in the Moon. What I have done, therefore, is to leave the existing text, including the various authors' notes and acknowledgments, completely unaltered, but have added a 1996 postscript commenting on the truly astonishing changes that have taken place in technology and politics since Stanley Kubrick and I launched together in Trader Vic's. Since Stanley Kubrick and I lunched together in Trader Vic's on April 22nd, 1964. Author's note: just as 2010 Odyssey 2 was not a direct sequel to 2001 A Space Odyssey, so this book is not a linear sequel to 2010. They must all be considered as variations on the same theme involving many of the same characters and situations, but not necessarily happening in the same universe. Development since 1964, when Stanley Kubrick suggested, 5 years before men landed on the moon, that we should attempt the proverbial good science fiction movie, make total consistency impossible, as the latter stories incorporate discoveries and events that had not even taken place when the earlier books were written. 2010 was made possible by the brilliantly successful 1979 Voyager flybys of Jupiter, and I had not intended to return to that territory until the results of even more ambitious Galileo missions were in. Galileo would have dropped a probe into the Jovian atmosphere while spending almost 2 years visiting all the major satellites. It should have been launched from the Space Shuttle in May 1986 and would have reached its objective by December 1988. So around 1990, I hoped to take advantage of the flood of new information from Jupiter and its moons. Alas, the Challenger tragedy eliminated that scenario. Galileo, now sitting in its clean room at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, must find another launch vehicle. It will be lucky if it arrives at Jupiter nearly 7 years behind schedule. I have decided not to wait. Arthur C. Clarke, Colombo, Sri Lanka, April 1987.